Self-care is survival. Why you're falling apart and don't even see it. You don't need another motivational quote. You need a mirror. A raw, brutal mirror that shows you what you've become. Because somewhere along the way, you stopped taking care of yourself. And you didn't even notice. You wear exhaustion like a badge. You call burnout grind mode. You push through headaches, skip meals, run on caffeine, and convince yourself that pain is progress. But that's not strength. That's collapse wearing cologne. That's a slow suicide disguised as hustle. The truth is, most men today aren't lazy. They're leaking. Bleeding energy, focus, testosterone, and clarity because they forgot the most masculine act of all, maintenance. You can't lead when your system is crashing. You can't build when your body is broken. You can't rise when your spirit is starving. And you wonder why you feel empty. Because you've been outsourcing your worth to what you produce while neglecting the machine that produces it. There's a man I knew, let's call him Ryan. Mid-30s, high performer, 2 kids, business owner, works out 5 times a week. From the outside, he looked unstoppable. But behind closed doors, he was collapsing, couldn't sleep, gut always inflamed, brain fogged by noon, no sex drive, snapping at his kids. Every day he powered through felt like victory until his body forced surrender. One night he passed out at his desk, emergency room, adrenal fatigue, low testosterone, severe micronutrient deficiency. You know what the doctor told him? Your body thinks it's dying. That's what happens when you ignore the signals for too long. They become screams, and then systems start shutting down. Ryan wasn't weak, he was depleted, and depletion doesn't warn you. It drags you silently until the day you break. And here's the real sickness. Most men will see that story and think, that won't be me. But it already is. You've normalized symptoms that are screaming for change. You think it's normal to need 3 coffees just to function. Normal to snap over nothing. Normal to forget your own thoughts. Normal to feel dead inside until you scroll yourself numb. But that's not normal, it's warning signs, and the system profits off your neglect. If you're tired, you'll consume more. If you're sick, you'll depend more. If you're burned out, you'll obey. That's not a glitch, that's the business model, and you bought it. Because no one told you that self-care isn't soft, it's war. It's rebellion against a system that wants you dead inside and productive on the outside. So let's strip it down. What is self-care, really? It's not spa days or self-love slogans. It's discipline, it's structure, it's radical responsibility for your energy. It's saying no to things that drain you. It's going to bed when your body asks. It's lifting heavy because your bones need load. It's walking outside to reset your cortisol. It's eating real food because your brain is starving. It's getting blood work because you're not invincible. It's taking ownership of the temple before it crumbles. Because if your body is broken, your mind will follow, and if your mind is gone, your mission dies with it. Self-care is the recentering of your power, and no one will do it for you. No one is coming to save your nervous system. No one is coming to regulate your hormones. That's your job. That's your path. That's your battle. You want to know why you feel so lost? Because you stopped treating yourself like someone worth protecting. You protect your business, your car, your phone, but your mind, your body, your emotions, you abandon those like they don't matter. And it's killing you. Quietly, slowly, consistently. Until one day you realize you can't remember the last time you felt fully alive. I had a conversation with a centurion last month. He told me, I don't even know what rest feels like. If I sit still, I feel like I'm failing. And that's the disease. We equate stillness with laziness. We confuse self-maintenance with weakness. We treat our nervous systems like engines that should run 24/7 without ever cooling down. But even race cars hit the pit. Even warriors rest between wars. Even lions sleep 20 hours a day. The difference? They know when to strike. You're just surviving the day. So let me speak directly to the man inside you, the one hiding behind performance, the one whispering that he's tired, the one begging you to stop betraying your biology for fake progress. That man is your future, and he will not emerge through burnout. He will not be born through punishment. He will rise through ritual, through the daily disciplines of self-respect. Here's what that looks like. You wake up and hydrate, not because it's trendy, but because your brain needs water to think. You move your body because stagnation is death. You eat real food because fake food creates fake energy. You breathe deeply because shallow breath creates shallow emotions. You track your sleep because rest is strategy. You disconnect because you are not a machine. You build recovery into your schedule. not as luxury, but as requirement. That is self-care. That is war prep. That is how you become lethal without falling apart. And then only then can you lead, because a man who takes care of himself sends a message, I am worth sustaining. And that message echoes through his presence. He stands taller, speaks clearer, decides faster, leads better, not because he's perfect, but because he's full of strength, clarity, fuel, and purpose. And that's what the world needs right now. Not more broken men faking smiles, not more burnout warriors trying to save others while bleeding inside. The world needs men who've remembered themselves, who've reclaimed their power from the edge of collapse, who've said, I will not die slowly in the name of productivity. Because that kind of man changes everything. He walks into a room and changes the temperature. He enters a relationship and brings peace. He raises children who know what strength really looks like. He builds empires that don't cost him his soul. That is the reward of real self-care. And it starts with choosing to stop betraying your body for temporary gain. So here's your ritual. 7 days. No compromise. Day 1, get 8 hours of sleep. Non-negotiable. Day 2, drink 3 liters of water. No soda, no alcohol. Day 3, eat clean, nothing processed. Fuel your brain. Day 4, move for 45 minutes. Lift, walk, sweat. Day 5, journal your stress, dump it all. Day 6, digital detox. 4 hours minimum, no screens. Day 7, full audit. Where am I leaking energy? Where do I need repair? Repeat this every week. Stack your self-care like armor, because that's what this is. Not softness, not indulgence, not escape. This is war, this is resurrection, this is remembering that you are not disposable, you are not a tool, you are a man. And men who remember that, they become legends. So stop apologizing for taking care of yourself. Stop explaining why you rest. Stop pretending that burnout is the price of success. It's not. It's the tax you pay for forgetting who you are. Join OLP 365, walk the health path, reclaim your body, rebuild your mind, and become the man your mission demands.